Sometimes it's fun to just play around with some color and go kind of bold. This is a very simple dresser, so it can handle some color. And I was feeling like with its just plain, clean lines, it just needed a little something more. I went round and round with designs, but I think I've come across something that's really going to enhance this really unique, cool hardware. I'm Shireen with Olive Street Designs, and I'm showing the process of furniture refinishing so you can learn too. From tutorials to ebooks and project trackers, everything to support your learning is linked on my website. All right, time to dive in. First thing I need to do is remove the hardware, and I looked inside. Oh, nope, those don't come off that way. Those are actually put on from underneath. So the screws to take those off are right underneath. So I'd take the drawer out and flip it over in order to access that area. So I get those unscrewed, and I'm keeping these because they're so unique and I think they just really fit this dresser well. So I'm going to hang on to them. They've actually been, it looks like, refinished at some point. I was told when I picked up this dresser that it had already been refinished at one point. And this hardware looks like it's been painted with a clear. It is showing some signs of wear underneath, but then the clear's on top of it. So it's going to just stay just like it is and be original. And that needs to stay like it is too, right into the trash. But when I take all the drawers out when I get the hardware off, and it's a good time to do a nice inspection and look at the interior. Yes, all solid wood from start to finish, but that veneer is paper thin. And again, showing that it probably was refinished at some point. This is solid poplar. You can see that on the inside, and then a very, very thin veneer. So now that I know that it has been refinished, and I am seeing, especially on the drawers, how thin that veneer is, I was having some thoughts of maybe, cutting the base and putting on legs and maybe staining it. And I just don't think it's going to be able to handle it. So I looked at those casters. They had been added on. Those are not original. Although they don't move fantastically well, it does help it get around. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that. This base is cute enough that I think it's not going to need any modifications. So I just get started with some sanding, and I do need to reattach some of this veneer that was lifting. And because of those casters, every time you go to lay it down and lift it back up, it's rolling. So it's making it a bit of a challenge. It was kind of funny. The outtake videos would probably be a really fun thing to do sometime. Sometimes I struggle with, I'm either going to drop it or I'm running around the garage floor trying to get this thing stood up. Okay, more scuff sanding. And this is a really important step. And I know it just seems like such a simple thing to just go back and forth, boring and scuff sand. But this is taking that super shiny, it was very shiny. Whoever refinished this last put on a really thick layer of some type of a coating on it. And it was very shiny. So what this is doing is scuffing all of that. A really shiny finish usually means a very slick finish, which means adhesion could be an issue. So I scuff everything. I'm now wiping it down just to get a lot of that dust off of there. And you may have noticed that I had not yet cleaned. So I'm coming in with a degreaser so I can get all of the years of wax or polishes and things off of there. Once I get everything cleaned, it's time to do some touch-ups. Very few scuffs and nicks on this, so I just had a few areas that I'm using a little spot putty on. A couple of dents here and there. Not too bad though. Really only just a few little areas, probably just maybe from the move, I don't know. And then scuff sanding all the drawers. Just getting everything cleaned up. Scuff sanding is, at this point I've got an audiobook playing in my head and it's just, let's just scuff sand. It can be therapeutic. I'm having my evening therapy right now. I got all the drawers back in, and now it's time to just sand down all of that putty that I did. I do a lot of times do this by hand, but it actually worked out really well to do this sander. I've got all my prep done, and it's time to get my tent set up. I'm spraying inside. I've got high winds and weather going on outside, so I'm going to do everything inside today, and I get my tent all set up. This is a fantastic alternative to my usually big tent outside, so I can use the small one indoors and get this piece rolled right into the tent and a good coat of primer. Now again, I mentioned that this was a slick finish, so I got it scuffed, but it does require a good primer. So this is a bonding primer. It's what I always use on all of my pieces. and it just really helps with adhesion. Once everything had some time to dry, it's time to go in with the sanding sponge and get everything smoothed down. This is a favorite step of mine. It's really what helps to create that buttery smooth finish. Primer is super easy to sand and it cleans up really nicely, just setting the stage for that perfect finish. I mixed up a custom color for this and I'm straining it because I had paint from, you can see there's some lumps in there, but I had paint from several different cans, and when I'm doing that, I feel like I've got to strain it so that I make sure there's no little bits of dried paint in there that will clog my sprayer. I'm using a little bit of that to create a couple of swatches, one for me and one for the client, because this is a custom color and that's how I keep track of them. And just getting my first coat of paint on here. It took me quite a while to try to figure out a color for this, but every time I looked at it, all I saw was green. I just said, you just are speaking to me and you need to be green. So that's what it's going to be. And I did mix up a custom color because I had a few colors on hand. One were really light, others were super dark, and I didn't feel like either of those fit. So this is probably 5 or 6 colors to create this, and it's going to dry down a little bit different. It's a little sagey here, but it will be a bit darker once it dries. Just a nice even finish. You can see how much I'm overlapping my layers there each time I go by with the sprayer. That's about 50%. It looks like I'm only spraying this tiny little path, but that's because I'm overlapping so much with the previous pass. That's what helps to keep from having streaks back and forth. So each there, you can kind of see it in that reflection as it goes by, that there's some going on what's already been painted, and then of course down below. So a nice even finish there. This is just coat 1 and looking good. And now this is the second coat going on. Again, just follow the same pattern and do everything twice. I touched up the drawers with paint in between coats, and then I'm going back and top coating everything. And I'm doing that before I actually spray top coat so that it'll blend in case I get any top coat on the fronts of the drawers and things. Now it'll blend when I actually spray the drawers. I turned my sprayer down. You may have seen me doing that dial, and that's just to adjust the flow. I don't need as much top coat coming out as paint because you can then have too much top coat and get drips. So just a nice even coat there. I did that, repeat that a couple of times, so there's several layers of top coat attaching this super unique hardware. I could have flipped this drawer over, but I figured a way to go ahead and do it like this, so I saved a little bit of time doing it that way. So cute. One last pass over everything to make sure it's just spotless and clean. These drawers didn't even need conditioning. They're just beautiful. So let's take a look back at where we started. And here we are now. I just feel like it needed to be green. This is just such a cute dresser. I hope you like it as much as I do. And I really feel like whoever gets to have this piece in their home is going to be able to just use this for years in any space. Thanks for watching, and follow for more.